Welcome everyone to the Weekend Review episode 243, where we go over Raw and SmackDown in a WWE action figure setup style. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw first in this video. About halfway through, we're going to be talking about the blue brand SmackDown, so stay tuned for that. Let's jump into Monday Night Raw first. We open up the show with every single member of the Judgment Day: Dominic Mysterio, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, and J.D. McDonough. They were talking about all their accolades until they got interrupted by R-Truth again. R-Truth says, "How dare you not let me know that we're opening up the show? I'm part of Judgment Day. You guys gotta let me know these things." And of course, he starts toying around with the Judgment Day. He messes with J.D. McDonough in particular and says, "J.D. McDonough, I want a street fight match with you." And J.D. says, "It's already scheduled. We're already having the match." And R-Truth says, "Let's make it a Judgment Day spot match. If I beat you, JD, you're out of the Judgment Day, and I'm in. So winner gets to stay in the Judgment Day." And Damian Priest is like, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Dude, Damian Priest lied last week. He said he doesn't like R-Truth. I feel like Damian Priest is like the only one in Judgment Day that has a soft spot for R-Truth. I do realize that is Dash Wilder or Cash Wheeler getting slammed there by R-Truth, but I don't have a JD McDonough. Anyways, JD McDonough went one-on-one with R-Truth in that holiday street fight match. He did have Dominic Mysterio on ringside helping out JD McDonough at some points during that match, but in the end, we saw R-Truth jump off the middle rope with JD McDonough right in front of him, sort of like a big belly-to-belly, landing both men crashing through a table. 1, 2, 3. I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. No way R-Truth just beat JD McDonough. Is he the newest member of the Judgment Day? Is this actually happening right now? But they did confirm backstage later in the show that JD McDonough is still in the Judgment Day and R-Truth is obviously not in the Judgment Day. But I just thought that was so funny that they put this stipulation on it and then it meant nothing. I was like, no freaking way. But JD ought to step up his game because he just took an out of R-Truth. That's pretty freaking embarrassing. Not a bad way to open up the show. I enjoyed it. Becky Lynch wanted a match with Nia Jax here on this episode of Monday Night Raw, and Nia Jax with the same old spiel. "I'll do it on my time. You don't deserve it." Starts walking away. Becky Lynch says, "Screw it. I'm going to go attack Nia Jax." She does just that, but it sort of backfires on Becky Lynch. Nia Jax hits one right hand. Keep that in mind. One right hand to the face of Becky Lynch, and it drops Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch definitely ought to be second-guessing, challenging the irresistible force Nia Jax, even though we all know Becky Lynch is going to take the dub. Come on now, bro. I'm excited for their match. I can't wait to see Becky get a little revenge from the broken face all those years ago when Becky Lynch was wearing the SmackDown shirt. That was just a hell of a moment, obviously. But I'm really curious to see what this match is going to be all about. As far as this promo, it was pretty similar to what they've been doing over the past couple weeks. This Intercontinental Championship match was absolutely insane. If Miz loses, he can never challenge the Ring General Gunther as long as he is Intercontinental Champion ever again. This match was freaking, I want to say 5 out of 5. This was a freaking fantastic, long, well-executed match between Miz and Gunther. They had me thinking Miz was going to win at some points. Even with the skull-crushing finale, I'm like, oh my gosh, Miz has Gunther. He has him. The chops were insane. Miz's chest looked like some freaking ground beef. In the end of the match, though, Gunther stopped playing games. He slammed Miz multiple times on the mat. 1, 2, 3. Takes out the Miz again in their War Games rematch for the IC title. Gunther looking insanely strong here, but so is the Miz. Miz no longer a joking Miz. He means business. He's here for championships, and darn it, I'm so disappointed he's not able to fight for the IC title anymore, dude. Because, I swear, bro, when I think of the IC title, I think of the Miz, man. I do. Hate me in the comments if you want, but I think of the Miz, bro. Literally. But Gunther, this was a heck of a match. Gunther still your Intercontinental Champion. It was a Women's Tag Team Championship match. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance look to test their luck up against the former Women's Tag Team Champions, now Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. This match was okay. I did pleasantly enjoy it. I was not expecting a title change. I'm not going to lie. I was not expecting a title change for these titles right here, but it happened. They did their little double team maneuver off the shoulders of Kaden Carter. Goes Katana Chance. 1, 2, 3. We have new Women's Tag Team Champions. I couldn't believe it. They are kind of cringe when they come out and doing their whole party ordeal, but hey, I'm curious to see what they're going to do as champions, and hey, they might even be better than Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, because my god, Chelsea Green is so annoying, bro. American Nightmare Before Christmas, a story that Shinsuke Nakamura was telling backstage until he got interrupted by Cody Rhodes. Literally, he got interrupted mid-story by Cody Rhodes backstage. They brawl out into the arena, and it looks like Cody Rhodes is about to hit a crossroads on the announce table, but it doesn't happen because some dumb security guard pulls Shinsuke Nakamura and helps Shinsuke Nakamura? What? Like, that is just, like, why? Why are you helping Nakamura here? I didn't understand this one bit. Cody was about to take him out. It just didn't happen. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, when are we going to see this match again between these two? And I can't wait to see Cody just flatten Nakamura. We all know that Cody's beating Nakamura. Just have the match already. Just have the match. Seriously. But as far as that security guard helping Nakamura, I was not fond of that. Akira Tozawa requested a match against Ivar? What is this man thinking? Challenging guys like Bronson Reed, Ivar, like, do you want to die? This, I wasn't expecting much from this match, but it was really decent. Akira Tozawa really put up a fight up against Ivar. He's taking lessons from the Master Gable, and they paid off in this match. He nearly put away Ivar, dude. He literally almost had Ivar, but in the end, Ivar does a massive, like, world's strongest slam type maneuver off the top rope, absolutely crushing the body of Akira Tozawa. 1, 2, 3. The match was over. Maxine looked heartbroken on ringside, and Ivar takes the W. I guess bouncing back a little bit from his 2 losses against Bronson Reed, I guess. But yeah, not bad. I mean, it's not the biggest win of all time up against Akira Tozawa, but it's not bad. I did enjoy this match. Seth Rollins got confronted by Drew McIntyre, who has a matchup against him for the World Heavyweight Championship on the Day 1 episode of Monday Night Raw. It's going to be happening on January 1st. Drew McIntyre gets insulted by Seth Rollins. It ends up in an all-out brawl, like you would imagine. The fight breaks out on ringside, and then Drew McIntyre eventually gets Seth Rollins up for a reverse Alabama slam on the freaking steel stairs, and Seth Rollins looked like he was broken in freaking half. Drew McIntyre gets the best of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins called out Drew McIntyre for all of his freaking bull crap, and I'm backing up Seth Rollins here. Even though Drew, he brought up the family and everything, like, I don't blame Seth Rollins for calling out Drew here. Not one bit. After all the shenanigans that Drew's been pulling, not one bit. I am so excited for their match, though. It's going to be awesome. A rematch, a Crown Jewel rematch, if you will. I believe, yeah, they fought at Crown Jewel, right? Kofi Claus! Yes, Kofi Kingston was dressed as Santa Claus, running around backstage, giving away WWE merchandise to the fans. He made his way out to the arena with a big sack, dressed like Santa Claus, looking freaking awesome, bro. I loved Kofi Claus. He's so funny. So he's running around the ringside area. He gets attacked by Imperium. Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci, and he did offer them gifts backstage, and they were all smug, and they got coal instead of a gift, so they weren't too happy, so they attacked Kofi Claus. Jey Uso comes out, a friend of the New Day, a friend of Kofi Kingston. He helps him out, he fends off Imperium, and then he asks for a matchup against Ludwig Kaiser, one-on-one. Jey Uso, Ludwig Kaiser, not a bad match at all, not my favorite match on the card, but it was still pretty good. Jey Uso picks up the victory in the end with the Uso Frog Splash. Jey Uso once again picks up the victory and saves Christmas, if you will. This was pretty fun. I enjoyed Kofi Claus. I enjoyed seeing main event Jey Uso and his blurred Yeet shirt, which I did order from WWEshop.com. Not sponsored. I just think that shirt is awesome and deserves a shout out. I cannot wait to get it. Stay tuned for the short. And it was our main event of the show, a very well anticipated match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. It was the Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus Creed, going up against Damian Priest and Finn Balor for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. This match was freaking fire. My goodness. I cannot say enough good things about the Creed brothers. The only thing, in my opinion, they need to work on is their talking. That's literally it. My goodness. They are absolute studs in the ring. Like, literally, if you haven't seen this match, go watch it. Creed brothers literally hit the Brutus ball, their double team finishing maneuver that they put away countless tag teams with. And I'm like, oh my God, it's over. Finn Balor hits the coup de grace off the top rope to the back of Julius Creed. I'm like, no. And then in the end, Damian Priest hits the South of Heaven to pick up the victory over the Creed brothers. I'm like, no way, bro. But give it time. Give it time. The Creed brothers will be tag team champions in the future. Mark my words on that. But the Judgment Day do prevail in the main event, and they looked good as well. I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5. Yes, that's kind of a high ranking for me for a show like this, but I really enjoyed this show. I thought the matches were just top tier. You guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below. And now let's jump into a pre-recorded episode of SmackDown. Jumping right into SmackDown, the Blue Brand. Yes, this was a pre-recorded episode of SmackDown filmed last week after last week's episode, but the pre-recorded factor did not bother me one bit in this episode. Normally the pre-recorded stuff does bother me. It's just a vibe to it. I don't know what it is, but this show was great. It was a great episode of SmackDown right before Christmas here. Of course, Monday Night Raw this Monday. They're just doing a 2023 highlight recap episode. It's not going to be like an episode of Raw. Well, it is, but like not like a normal episode of Raw. So this is like our last wrestling show for like a minute here. So SmackDown, let's let's talk about it. A phenomenal opening to SmackDown. We saw the return of AJ Styles coming out explaining himself why he attacked LA Knight last week, and the reason being is he wants Roman Reigns. LA Knight doesn't get Roman Reigns. Randy Orton doesn't get Roman Reigns. AJ Styles wants Roman Reigns. Randy Orton comes out. LA Knight comes out. They start arguing who will get Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble, and then here comes Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis scheduled a triple threat match between these three men. Winner faces Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble coming up, of course, in January, which I'm really excited for. This match is going to be taking place on the New Year's resolution episode of SmackDown, which I am freaking hyped for, dude. Look at the Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight. This is going to be a sick triple threat match. I have Randy Orton winning. It's going to be really good, though. What a way to open up SmackDown with an awesome announcement like this. Is AJ heel, though? I kind of get heel vibes, especially in the main event. He faces Solo Sikoa. We're going to talk about it in a second here. It was an 8-woman street fight tag team match. On the face team, if you will, it was Shotzi, Zelina Vega, Bianca Belair, and Michin Mia Yim going up against Damage Control's Io Sky, Kairi Sane, Asuka, and Bayley. This was a pretty fun street fight. We saw Zelina Vega get pied and misted, which was freaking brutal. Like, at least give somebody else the pie and then maybe one person the miss. But she got doubled up in the face. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Why are they targeting Zelina Vega like that? But in the end of this match, really shocking stuff. We saw Michin jump off the top rope, little senton through a table to Io Sky. 1, 2, 3. The women's champion gets pinned here on SmackDown in a tag team match, of course, a street fight. It wasn't one-on-one, obviously, but she still got pinned by Mia Yim. What? I couldn't believe it. Overall, not a bad street fight match. I did enjoy it, and this had me insanely caught off guard right here. Does that mean Mia Yim gets a title opportunity? Dragon Lee, yes, I do realize that is Kalisto. Went one-on-one with Butch, Pete Dunne. Change his name already. Come on, WWE. It's Pete Dunne, bro, not Butch. Anyways, he went up against Dragon Lee. This was for the North American Championship. Of course, the current North American champion, not Dominic Mysterio anymore. It is Dragon Lee. This match was freaking fire, dude. Back and forth. The reversals were absolutely insane. In the end, Butch did come up a little bit short, which I don't know about this pick here. I feel like giving Butch this one would have been really nice because he looked great in there, and I feel like the Brawling Brutes kind of faded away, so he's sort of running it solo right now. So he does come up short. Dragon Lee does pick up the victory, and then later backstage, those freaking pretty deadly, they start insulting Butch again. It ends in an all-out brawl. They break him up, and then they say to Butch, find a tag team partner, then you could face Pretty Deadly in a tag team match. I'm like, oh, that's a fire little stipulation. I'm looking forward to it. As far as this match, though, great stuff. It was the semifinals of the United States Championship Tournament. It was Carmelo Hayes going up against Kevin Owens. This match was pretty fire. I cannot wait till Carmelo Hayes fully debuts on the main roster. I feel like this was just a little sneak peek of what we're going to see in the future because this is a United States Championship Tournament and he is labeled as an NXT superstar. I'm just excited for him to pop in the main roster, but bro is so talented. Anyways, he fought Kevin Owens. This was a solid one-on-one match. In the end, Kevin Owens does hit the Stone Cold Stunner on Carmelo Hayes to pick up the victory, and Kevin Owens will be going to the finals of the United States title tournament to possibly face Logan Paul at the Royal Rumble. I'm looking forward to this. As far as this match, I really enjoyed it. And then we did have our other finals match, which was Bobby Lashley going one-on-one with Santos Escobar, and this one did not end as I wanted to. I wanted Bobby to get this win. I wanted it to be Bobby versus Kevin in the finals for that United States title #1 contendership. Anyways, we did see the Street Profits on ringside helping out Lashley, but it didn't work out. Because Santos, he recruited 2 new goons, Angel Garza, as well as Humberto Carrillo. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I haven't seen these guys in forever. Los Lotharios, those were their freaking names when they were a tag team. And I was like, oh my goodness, they're here backing up Santos Escobar. At first, I thought it was freaking Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza or whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not them. What the heck? It's Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. They distract and take out the Street Profits, distract Lashley, allowing Santos Escobar to pick up the victory. I'm like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. So it would be Santos Escobar going up against Kevin Owens in the finals for the #1 contendership for the United States Championship. Winner faces Logan Paul at the Royal Rumble. It better be Kevin Owens. It really better be Kevin Owens. I do not want to see this scumbag, Santos Escobar, face Logan Paul for the United States title at the Rumble. I really don't. It was our main event of the show. It was Solo Sikoa going one-on-one with AJ Styles. This match was pretty solid, but with AJ Styles' new look and Solo Sikoa being as dominant as he is, I knew this match wasn't ending clean. I knew somebody had to interrupt, and that man was Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns just randomly gets in the ring and starts beating up AJ Styles, and I'm like, oh my goodness, there goes the bell. Ding, ding, ding. And then here here comes Jimmy Uso, and then here comes Solo Sikoa, and then here comes LA Knight, here comes Randy Orton. The faces start taking out the Bloodline, and then they all turn on each other. AJ starts fighting Randy, LA Knight starts fighting Randy, and it just all breaks down between these three. The show ends. I'm like, bro, continue showing that, bro. Like, I hate when the show ends and they're still fighting. It's like, what did I miss? Like, oh my goodness. But of course, it broke down because they have that triple threat match coming up soon, and Roman Reigns was holding back Jimmy and Solo, like, hey, don't go in there. Let them beat each other up. Let them soften each other up. So now I face whoever at the Royal Rumble. I'm like, I agree, Roman Reigns. This site looks awesome, by the way. This was very similar to what Jimmy Uso was wearing, this all red. Like, this is like super accurate to what they were wearing on the show, which is freaking dope. But solid way to end the show. I'm really looking forward to this triple threat. Overall, this episode of SmackDown I thought was really solid. Like, a really freaking solid episode of SmackDown, even for being pre-recorded, bro. I'm going to give this show a solid 3.5 out of 5. That was a really decent episode of SmackDown. You guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Solid week of wrestling, no doubt about it. Merry Christmas to each and every single one of you. Stay tuned for more videos to come in 2024. And I really enjoyed this week in review setup. See you guys next time. Bretto Live is out.